Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and a very warm welcome to all you new subscribers who came on board since my last video. Got a lot of tremendous comments on that, helpful comments, some of them like I talk too much and all that kind of thing. So I'm going to keep my talking down to the minimum this time. Today we're going to look at how to get up and flying very quickly, very fast in the PMDG 737, any PMDG 737. We're going to get up and going, kick the tires, light the fires, and we're up and flying. Forget about all the correct procedures and all the checks and everything you need to do and the startups. We just want to get up, flying fast, and see the scenery. Okay, so the first thing we want to do if you were going to do this style of flying is you need to set things up properly. Okay, so Control 3, go down to your FMC. You've got no power or anything at the moment. It's cold and dark. Hold down the menu. Hold it down until the screen or the thing fires up. Okay, set up PMDG, go to there. Startup state, cold and dark, go into there. And you want to come down here, go to the next page, next page, where is it? Taxi ready. Okay, go down to taxi, keep turning the pages until you find this, click on taxi, okay, and then execute. Okay, now go back to the main menu. Now at the moment the plane is not running, it is still cold and dark, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to fire it up again. And every time you come back into the game with this 737, this is the 737-700, every time I come back into the game and load the 737-700, it will be started up and ready for taxi, okay? So that cuts a lot of your time down and all your startups and your checks and procedures, okay? So that's it. But we still got to do a flight plan and get up and flying, okay? So I'm going to load the plane back, I'm going to spawn in again, and then the plane will be up and running and ready for taxi. Okay, so I escaped right out to the main menu, then I've come back into the game, and I've got my 737-700 selected. Now I'm going to make a flight plan so we can get up and flying really, really fast. We're going to do all the waypoints, etc., on the actual flight planner for the FMC. Okay, so I've clicked on San Diego. I've set that as my departure. I'm going to click on Los Angeles, set that as my arrival. Straight away we've got a flight plan already in there ready to go. Now we're going to come up here and click on Low Altitude Airways. We're going to come over here and click on ILS 0607 right. We'll click on that, and it has already worked out a nice flight plan for us. So all we've got to do is put these waypoints into our 737's FMC. But there's too many there. It's going to take too long, right? We just want to get up and flying. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, More, Open Filters, come down here, turn on airspaces, nav aids, position reports, all those. We turn on those last three in that menu, close that. Now we can see all the waypoints and things that are available to us. Now up here you can see we've got a really sharp turn to head into the final approach. We don't want that, it's just too sharp. The plane couldn't possibly handle that. We're going to delete some waypoints down here, okay? We're going to delete some of these, click on them, click on remove. Okay, Albas, we'll keep Albas. We're going to delete Minnow. We're going to delete Jared. Delete that one. Okay, and we're going to add a couple of waypoints up here to make our turn a lot more easier and friendly on the plane and the passengers. Okay, so I've added a couple of extra waypoints out there. And as you can see, our turn in towards the final approach is a bit more gentle and not so sharp. We've still got a couple of waypoints down here. We'll delete these. We don't particularly need these. We're going to delete Reading. Now, we need a nice climb out, we need a nice departure, so I run my mouse along the length of the runway there, the cursor, I keep coming out to about here, and I'll click add. That gives us a nice climb out and departure, then a slow turn to the right, and we're heading up the coast to Los Angeles. Now, I think I've done this quick fast tutorial before, but we've got a lot of new subscribers on now. And a lot of people do love the 737 PMDG 737s. Like me, sometimes I can't be bothered with all the study level stuff. I just want to get up and flying. So this is how I do it. Okay, so there's our very simple flight plan. Now here's our waypoints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 waypoints to put into our FMC. So what I do is I write down those waypoints, or I take a screenshot. Okay, or write down the waypoints, and now it's time to click fly, and we'll head on down to San Diego Airport. Okay, so we have spawned into San Diego, and this time we are all up and running and ready. Our engines are running. That's because we went into the menus and made those changes to the settings. We're not in cold and dark, we are ready for taxi. Now you remember I also took a screenshot of my flight plan and the flight planner. Here it is here. And here's my list of waypoints. So I put those into the FMC basically, and we're up and flying and ready to go. So I'll put that on my other screen. Okay, so we put hit Control 3, and here we are down to our FMC. Okay, so click on FMC. Position in it, it's got the last position we're at, which is where we are right now, so that is fine. So click on route, we are at KSAN, so let's put KSAN in there. KSAN, okay, we're going to KLAX, let's put that in there. KLAX, put that in there. Flight number, we're in Jet in 185. Okay, and now we go back to legs. Now we've got our departure and arrival. Let's do that. Departure and arrival. Going to depart from runway 27. Departure and arrive. We're going to arrive at KLAX. Remember, we did our flight plan. We're arriving at ILS 07 right. 07 right there, click on that one. Okay, then we go back to legs. Now it's asking us to activate, so we click activate, hit execute, the light comes on down here, and now we can put in the waypoints that were in our flight plan. Some of them are already here, it's put in already, but we're going to put the ones in that we designed. Our first one was Sarge, so let's put that in. S-A-R-G-S, that's the first one that is on our screenshot. Hit execute. The second one was Albas, A-L-B-A-S. We'll stick that in there and we'll hit execute. So here we go, Sarge, Albas, Fahey, Boyle, excerpt, next page, time Z, fumble, and our runway at KLAX. So that's it guys, we'll hit execute, and that is our flight plan all done. We are ready to go, man. We are up and smoking. Now if we come down here to this MFD, just get in the right position slowly. We've got these two little knobs here. We'll flick this around to flight plan, and we'll see our flight plan come up here. We can adjust the range, the zoom in or zoom out with this button. I think just the default there is fine. Then we come down here on the FMC and we see the little button that's turned on saying step. So we hit that corresponding button, and that will slowly step through all our waypoints right up to the point where we're turning round to the right, We've got a lovely little turnaround to the right and then straight in for our approach and our landing. If we keep clicking it, we will go back to our first one again, our takeoff. Okay, so that is it. That is our flight plan up and all ready to go. We could literally take off here now if we want to, and our autopilot will follow that. But there is a couple of things we need to make sure of. We need to do a bit of a flow check, okay? Make sure your yaw damper is on, fuel pumps on, landing lights on, taxi lights, we've finished our taxi lights. Start switches, we need to keep those around to continuous, okay? Heat, you can turn your heat on or whichever you want there. All your generators are on, packs are on if you want them on. Engine bleeds are on, and lights as you require, as you feel so. But the main thing to check in your quick and easy flow test is one, your yaw damper, fuel switches on, landing lights on, engine starters around to continuous, generators on, engine bleeds on. Okay, so if you've got all those on, you can turn on your window heat and all those sort of stuff. But if you've got all those basics on, your flow is up and you are ready to go. Now if you look down here on this MFD, if you click that switch there just by the auto brakes, you get this screen here, and on this screen you can check your control surfaces. So go through your yoke movements up and down, go through your rudder, and you check all your control surfaces on that screen there. Once you've done that screen test and control surfaces test, you can actually turn that MFD off. Some airlines like to take off with that screen actually turned off. We've done our surface check, we've done our flow. We need to check that our flaps are down 5, and which they are. Parking brake can be taken off. I think that's off. Okay. And then we're actually ready to fire up our engines. We're ready to fire up our engines and actually depart. The other thing you need to do with your flow is check that your altitude is set to where you want to cruise out at. You want to cruise out at 250 knots. Just check that. Bring that up to 250. Okay, turn on your flight directors. Turn on the left flight director before you do the right one. Okay. Your altitude is 10,000 feet. That's what you're going to cruise at. Right, feet of the fat, and away we go. This is quick and nasty. Cheap and cheerful, guys. Light the fires, kick the tires, we are away. There we go. Bring our gear up. Haven't flown the 737-700 for a while. It really is quite short. It's quite cute, isn't it, after flying the 800 for a while. Good day. Okay, now our flight plan went straight out in front of us, remember? So there's no sharp necessary turns as soon as we get off the runway. We can come around here.
Webjet 737, please acknowledge.
We will acknowledge.
124.35 for Webjet 737.
Okay, so let's get our autopilot up and running so we don't have to do much. We bring our set speed down to 250. 250, that will stop flashing then. Let's turn on got our auto throttle on. Let's turn on our speed mode, turn on our LNAV, turn on our autopilot, and that's it. Let's do our vertical speed. 6,000 is a bit too much, I find. So I'm going to bring the vertical speed down a little bit. Let's bring the vertical speed down to oops, I'm going the wrong way. Bring our vertical speed down to 1.9. That is fine. Okay, so we are on our way to Los Angeles, guys, and we are up and flying with a minimal amount of time and effort and programming. There is a lot more you can do, obviously, in the FMC. Go through all the correct checks and all the correct procedures. There's a lot more information you need to put into the FMC. But you just want to get up and flying and enjoy the scenery as you do in the 737 MAX. That's how you do it. So let's just double check what we've done here. Flight director on, auto throttle on, speed mode on, set 250, LNAV on, altitude on, and that's it. And I gave it some vertical speed as well. We can start bringing our flaps up now. Bring all our flaps up. And we can go up here, turn off our landing lights and all the other lights that we put on. And very soon our plane should turn to the right and follow our flight plan. Right, so that's it, guys. That's how you get up flying really quick and easy in the PMDG 737 600, 700 or 800. If you want to go through proper startups, proper checks and do everything properly like it's a real simulator, then just go into my channel, scroll through, and you'll see cold and dark startups, you'll see FMC, and you'll see all sorts of videos there that will help you get up and running and get more confident in the PMDG 737s. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hi to all the new subscribers. Hope there's a few extra helpful tips here if you just want to get up, fly and enjoy the scenery. Take care, guys. I will see you on the next video. Over and out.